Okay guys, so how's it going today? So it's cold out, of course. And this is a little something here I'm going to try and figure out. I got the measurements for something. And I brought, that's the shop key, we don't need that. And a good tape measure this time, this is the cheap one. The one that's not working very well, but gotta get a new one. So anyways, I don't know how long this camera will last, but anyways, I was kind of looking around, and apparently, if you guys have been watching Bill T-Max's videos, he bought himself a new shed, like a little tiny shed. For shits and giggles, I kind of looked around. I found their website, and they sell sheds too. And they were even selling like a big one. It's actually made out of metal, so I don't know how good it would actually be, but I'm not too sure if it's like if you can insulate it like you could with this wooden one. But this wooden shop's getting pretty worn out and stuff too. So what I was going to do is do the measurements on how wide this shop actually is, because the new one that I looked at, which is going for $2,000, which is quite a bit. You can find smaller ones for cheaper, of course, but for the biggest one, is a 12 foot by 31 foot. So how wide the shop is from like left to right would be the 12 feet, and how long I think would be the 31 feet. So let's see exactly how long this shop is, or how wide this shop is. And of course the trailer will be in my way when I do my measurements. So I'm going to move you guys over there, where I'm not in the way of the trailer. Of course, no matter where you do it, you got shit in the way. Of course, you have to remember too, the concrete base that's on this shop is on right now is actually wider than the actual shop. And this shop is actually this shop's actually a little bit wider. You see, the new one was only 12 feet. This one is actually just about maybe 14 feet wide. This shop is actually just a little under 14 feet wide. The newer one is only 12, so it'd be a little smaller in that way, but the length is 31 feet. Yeah, 31 feet. Now I'm just kind of going off the studding that's right here, of course. It's never going to be a perfect measurement anyway. And how I can get this to stay there, I don't know. Maybe I could just... that probably won't be the best idea, but we'll hook it up to my little thing. Just to give me a rough idea of anyway. So the other shop was 31 feet long. Yeah. Apparently you're supposed to be able to hook these to like nails or something too, and that's supposed to help, but that I don't think actually works. And I do have a nail, but I don't know if it'll stay on that nail. I kind of doubt it. Like I said, I just want a rough number here. I do have a nail here, but if I can get it to stay on that nail, I kind of doubt it. The head's not too big on this. No. Well, how about for no? Okay. Well, I'm running out of freaking ideas. So we'll try this one again. I guess we'll just take it nice and slow. So the other shop was 31 feet long. We'll see how long this one actually is. I might actually be running out of tape measure pretty soon. So actually longer. Holy shit, that's a big shop. Actually, that shop would actually be, the new shed, the other shed I was looking at, which is, like I said, a 12 foot by 31 foot, while this shop was actually, I think just under 20, I think. And we'll do it again. I guess I really wasn't paying attention, but it wasn't that big. Like I said, these are just kind of rough numbers too. This is not going to be exactly accurate. Come on, stay on it, damn it. Like I said, these are just rough numbers. You probably should actually be measuring the concrete, because that's what we have down here now, is concrete. So, yeah, this shop is just yeah, this shop is about 19 feet and 10 inches long. So this shop is actually longer than wider, which I didn't really get the height on it, but I'm sure it looked like it was pretty tall, because they actually had a tractor in there with an actual ROPS and everything on it. So I don't know, I'm still gonna go look through them and see what they got for shops, or well, they're actually called sheds, but I think there might be a way I can convert them into a shop, though. You know, something a little bit bigger. And this one's getting tired as well, but you know, $2 grand's a lot for a shop too. So. Yeah, and the bait, like the concrete base that this shop is sitting on right now, is about about 17 feet wide. Well, they made the concrete base bigger than the shop itself. Why they did that, I don't know, because they really could have actually built the shop so much wider. You know, I mean, the shop could have been so much bigger. Because, I mean, look how much further they could have came out that way, and then this way, you know, they got an extra foot and a half, compared to this side where this shop's actually sliding off. But, you know, it's right on the bitter end there. So, I don't really know how much longer this shop's going to last me. You know, and I don't think that shed actually had to be on a concrete base or anything. But that's the biggest shop I could possibly find. The shop is actually too long, but you know, you could, I guess, modify it to fit. But I'm not too sure on what the height was. They just show the size. Let's actually get a measurement of the height. Now, I'm not too sure on how you're supposed to do this either. I'm guessing just from the ground to the center. Well, this tape measure may not work for my liking, because sometimes I cannot get him to do what I want him to do. Sometimes you can, and sometimes you can't. As you just seen there. So, you're never going to get it all out anyway. Well, we're not all the way up, but I think that'd be 8 feet tall, well, halfway up these cross members. So anything over 8 feet should be enough. Well, you know, not sure actually how high that shop was, but I only got the width and the length. But it kind of looked like on that shed though they didn't have a concrete base to it, or any kind of a. I guess you could lay gravel down if you wanted to, crush stone or something, and have it that way. And I think that door or that garage or the shed actually had like a regular garage door on it too. So don't know if it'll come with one, but I guess I could always order one too. So I know that at the farm we need some new sheds over there and some garages and stuff. So this one here would actually be handy because it's actually probably long enough. It's not so much wide. It's I don't know. This shop's kind of, you know, it's wide and it's long, so. But they really could have brought it out so much more than that. I mean, they left about 4 feet behind right here. And there goes that stupid silver car for the second time. You know, I mean, this concrete base is not level either. You can see how it's cracked and coming up, but I'm sure you could still build over it. You know. So I mean, they left a lot. That's the thing. So, and I guess if we're not long enough, I mean, you probably could add on to this concrete just by building some forms out of some like 2x4s and whatnot, and you know, adding on that way, make it longer. But yeah. That was kind of interesting on those shops, or well, they call them sheds, but it would probably be most likely used as a shop. And how would I get power back here if I did put a new shed on there? I think you probably could run it through a window, but that's kind of stupid to do. But I guess if it's steel, you could drill a hole if you wanted to, like I did here. But I think everyone's been driving a lot of Dodge Rams lately. We got another Dodge Ram coming into town, pulling a trailer. Ooh, that's fancy. Fancy. Straight pipe. Meaning doesn't have no shit on it. So, but yeah. Because this shed's just, I guess, I don't know if these sheds will come with, well, I guess I could always do it the way that I wanted to do it too, and it would be just to run the cord out here, you know, like underground like, and it just come up through the floor or something like that or whatever. Because like I said, I don't think those sheds, that one there, that particular one didn't have a floor in it. You don't need a floor anyway, I don't think, but you know, it just kind of sucks that this shop, the concrete base is not that long enough. 33 feet or 31 feet. I mean, that's pretty long. It's more than wide enough. The new one's only 12. This is what, like 14, 15, something like that. It's, of course, I remember I'm only going off by the studding there or whatever, right? So, but. So, you know, like the newer one would actually be longer, but it wouldn't be much wider. Which you probably wouldn't need it too much wider anyway, but I don't know. I figured it'd be kind of fun to look around and see what they had. I want a shed that I can build myself without actually needing fucking permits and shit, you know. And I think that's pretty much the way you can go. This is about as big as you can go too. I don't know if you can go much wider. I'll put the link below to the one that I'm thinking of right now, and then if I find something better, or that'll fit better, then I'll put the link to that one as well. But I think that's the only one that would, I mean, there's smaller ones too, but you don't want to go too much smaller because you always need kind of a bigger shop or shed anyway, so. And like I said, this one's getting pretty tired as well. I mean, I got wood rot and shit going on now, and well, that shit too was like $2,000. That was a lot of money. So, but I don't know. Got to get rid of this tree too, because if you put a new shop down, it ain't gonna be worth it then. Because if you put a new shed down and that tree falls, it'll crush my new shed, or my new shop or something, So, and like I said, it is made out of metal or whatever, so it should be better. So, how you would take this old thing down, I don't know. I mean, it's not in like piss poor condition. I mean, if we had a good Bobcat skid steer or a track loader, he actually probably could like reinforce it in the ceiling, pick it up, and then I could actually just take it to the farm, and then my grandma could probably use it. She could actually park one of her vehicles in here. Probably not. I don't think the Pontiac would even fit through here. So, I don't know. But I'll look around some more. And, I guess see what goes on. I guess I kind of got a rough idea on what this shit is now. I kind of forget now, but whatever. But we know that the new one is bigger. It's a hell of a lot bigger than this. It's more longer than it is wide. I kind of want something wide, too. So... But, yeah. I was even, like I said, I was a long time ago, I was actually thinking about getting a future steel build and put on here, but they're a lot more money. I mean, the one I was looking at, I think it was originally like 10 grand, but they had probably not even 10 grand, that was probably a pretty lot cheaper than that, but they had a discount of like $1,000 off too, because it was like last year's model kind of thing. So, they're trying to get rid of their old ones. Which I don't know why. I mean, just get rid of them. Don't sell them to people. I mean, most people are going to probably want top of the line stuff. So, but yeah. So, but I know at the farm we'll probably eventually need some new sheds and stuff as well. So that's probably the way I'll end up probably going with that. Because I'm not going to make it out of wood. I think wood. Wood is more stronger, but you have to. It just takes longer to build it because you have to cut all the pieces to size. And with this company, they're kind of like already pre-made. You just have to like snap them together or whatever. Well, this one I don't think you would have to snap. You'd probably have to bolt it. But I know the one that Bill T-Max had, the little tiny one. That one was a snap-on. That was just snapped together. So it would work. If I wanted to put some junk in it, but to actually use it as like a shed, or a shop, it wouldn't hold up. So, plus that was plastic, and any gas or fire hits that, it's gonna just immediately melt. So, I need a steel one, something that'll hold up good. So, but like I said, I'll put the link below. You guys can check it out. If I find anything smaller than that, I'm gonna actually remeasure this again, write that down, and then. Yeah, see if I can find anything, that's close to this one, because I know this one's not going to last, and then for the amount of years I'll probably be here anyway, why pay tens of thousands of dollars to put a shop on when you're going to probably, like, if I do move back to the farm, then I'm going to have to call someone, they're going to have to pick it up and move it again. So, with a small, like a shop, shed kind of thing where I can put it together myself, I most likely could take it apart myself, and then just move it over to the next piece of land. And then, even if it don't, like, fit here, I mean, you could easily just take this shop down, bust the concrete out, then you could either just pour a new foundation or whatever, and then just put your shit on top of that, then you should be fine. Just build it, build the thing bigger. So, I don't know, I don't think you would need a permit for that, to pour concrete. I mean, if you do it yourself, I don't see why you would have to, so, but, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Fuck the government bullshit, they don't even know what the hell's going on here. So, But yeah. Of course, we'd have to take all the work lights and security lights off and modify them to fit to the new one too, but it wouldn't be too much work, I guess. Because this shed's getting pretty old, you know. I mean, in some areas it looks pretty good. I mean, like right here it looks like it's brand new pretty much. I mean, yeah, there's dust and stuff on it, but it's not rotted. Not like it's rotten there because you got water coming in there. And there's what's all coming in there too. I did put some foam in there, but I didn't make it all the way to the end. So, and of course, it all leaks around here, and over the years, it's the wood there has picked up moisture and sucked it up, and you can see that it's slowly ruining the wood some more by how we're getting the bubble effect in the paint. So that there's moisture in that. My freaking camera's not unzooming again. Come on, unzoom, you piece of shit. Yeah, the zoom is just getting wore out on this camera. But yeah, I figured it'd just be fun to, because I mean there's so much extra concrete left over here too. So, but it still wouldn't be long enough. You still end up having to add on to it. So. And really, I think the concrete I could just pretty much just pour that myself. I mean, it'd be a lot of work. I mean, that would probably be, a good week of work right there. But I don't know. I guess you could always pay someone to do it too. Just given the measurements and how thick you want it, and I think this concrete's pretty thick, but it obviously got broke up now because the frost and stuff pounding on it so damn hard. So, I don't know. See, I mean, there we got a good like a 1 inch crack there. So it's still splitting apart. We got about half an inch there or so, close to an inch. I don't know. Let's see what they actually are. Let's see here. No, that's actually about an inch and a half. Just about. I wonder what this would be then. Almost a fucking 2 inch crack. So that's pretty sad. Yeah, I could fill that in with more concrete, but this concrete's not worth it. I mean, there's so much of the cracks and shit, and then of course when you do cover that up, it's just gonna crack right away again anyway, because the concrete's, the frost and everything's coming up through it. So you probably could just lay gravel down. That'd probably be, like crushed gravel. That'd probably be enough. And then that should take care of your problem. And plus, the shed I don't think it's like a permanent thing anyway. So I don't think you'd really have to pull permits for that because it's not a permanent building. I don't even think this is a permanent building because it's not. It doesn't seem to be bolted down. That's the thing. I think it's actually sliding off. It's actually like sliding off the concrete because I don't ever really remember it hanging off so damn much in my life. I mean, it's only just a few inches from sliding off. I mean, yeah, there's, you can't see it, but I mean, you can see how thick those pieces of wood are there. I mean, it's still got a little ways to go yet, but I mean, once that goes off, this shop's going to go sliding and it's going to probably crack in half. I think the shed always kind of was on the edge like that. I think they put an edge here. There goes that Dodge. White Dodge this time. But I think they left that like that so that they could have like a little storage thing outside. And then why they put it, they left so much concrete hanging out on the edge here like that, I don't know, because they could have built, this could have been such a wider shot, or a longer shot, could have been wider too. I mean, if they wanted to have it on the edge like that, why didn't they put the other end put this end on the edge? So, and like I said, I don't see any bolts going through the wood, so it's obviously not bolted down, so it's obviously, the shop is obviously kind of somewhat sliding. The concrete might be kind of crooked, I don't know. I guess if you took a level to it, you'd find out. I do have a leveler thingy, but you know, it's a small thing, so I don't think it would really read very accurate. But I don't know. I mean, this shop is just going to start costing money. Because, I mean, look at the rot and everything under it, right? So, I don't know. Might just be time to get a new one. I mean, $2,000 is not bad, but to build one a little, you know, slightly bigger than this, it would still be not a lot, but, you know, I mean, you're talking a couple thousand anyway, you know, probably because all the wood, the siding, the roof bullshit, and whatnot. So, I mean, just, you'd be better off just taking that $2,000 and buying a shop that's already like pre-made and then just putting that together. I think they are bolted since it's steel. It's a steel one. The plastic ones are obviously just, you know, pressed together. So, I think they do take screws, you know, that kind of help reinforce them a little bit. But I think for the steel shed, it would actually probably be bolted. And I'm sure you could probably bolt it to the concrete as you wanted to, so you could always, you know, drive some big nail-like stuff into the concrete. That would hold it in place. But, I don't know. So, and I could always just put the shed over there too, like where I got my piece of the yard that tore up. Because, you know, I'm smoothing that out, you know, to get rid of the bumps. I mean, there's enough yard there for me to play with. I could put the shed there, but I don't really want it there because then you got people staring into you all the time and bullshit like this. I mean, they could do it this way too, but they don't use this road too much, so and plus I don't think the school would appreciate me sitting there with my grinder grinding away at them. You know, they got the windows open. Well, I mean, they can still hear it even here, but there is some, you know, my house is in the way, and then I got trees in the way, so, you know, it kind of drowns out the sound a little bit for them, but for being right there on Main Street, I don't think they would like that too much. So I don't know. So, but I just thought it'd be kind of interesting to see what size this was. This isn't a very big. I mean, it's big, but you always kind of need to go bigger anyway, depending on your jobs. So I don't think that shed was really made to have electricity, but I mean, you probably could modify it to have electricity. I'm sure an electrician could probably think of something. You know, I mean, they could easily just, I don't know what the fuck they would do. You know, they would probably think of something, you know, if you wanted to actually have electricity in your shed like that. I mean, if they can't do it, well then I can do it. Fuck it. I'll just get me, you know, some good wire there, like I showed you guys a long time ago, and run that bitch out there. Fuck it. Good enough. So, it's a little cold out, boys. Brr. It's going to be like that for the rest of today and tomorrow. So, yeah, anyway, guys, I guess I'm going to probably take off. I want to remeasure this again to make sure I got my numbers right. And then see if I can find a shed that's close to what I got now. Like I said, the new one that I looked at was a 12 foot by 31 foot. So, I'm guessing 12 feet wide. You know, it would be like left to right. And then the 31 feet would be front to back kind of like thing, you know, the length. So it would be too long to fit on this concrete base, but, you know, it'd be narrower, you know, which is not super good, but, I don't know. I'm going to remeasure it, see what I get again, and then see if I can find another shed that exact same size. If I could find something that was about the same length as this, but a little bit wider, even just by a foot wider, it would be kind of like a difference, because this, I mean, like I said, there's a good 1.5 feet here. I mean, well, there's, you know, quite a bit here, so you could always go longer this way, but you're still too long. But if I can find something that'll, you know, there's an extra good 1.5 feet, 2 feet there yet. You know, and of course then over there the shop is hanging pretty much right off too. So if I could find something that would meet the same size as what I'm thinking here, maybe still in like a steel form, then it would probably be better. Height-wise, I don't know, but I guess it don't really matter. So, I mean, yeah, there's a good, don't know how much more is here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Wow, there's an extra 4 feet right there. That's 4 feet. I mean, you can make that shop 4 feet longer. I mean, why do you have to have so much overhang like that, I guess you had to maybe put some tools on it if you don't want to put them on your ground, but... No, if we actually had a shop that was 4 feet longer than this, or at least 3 feet longer than this, and a foot wider, or, a foot and a half or so, or whatever. Because if you put the shop on the edge there, pretty much well on the edge here, and on the edge there, and on the edge there, the shop would be so much bigger. I mean, you'd gain quite a bit of footage, a lot of room that way. So, like I said, I'll take measurements again, and to double check my work, and then see if I can find something to that. Height-wise, I need at least 8+ feet. 8 feet was, when I got to 8 feet was, well, I'll use this one, guys, was about, come on, camera, was about 8 feet above, just about halfway up that stud there, so, or that cross beam. I mean, it'd be hard to get way up to the very top, but, at least you can get, like, a number. Anything over 8 feet tall is better. The shop, obviously, it's probably, could be almost 9 feet tall, but, from the concrete to the bitter top, but anything over that's better than nothing. So, but I figured just make this little video just to kind of show you guys. I'll put the link to the one I looked at, and then if I find the one more to my liking, I'll put the link to that as well, and then see what we come up with. Because pretty much I guarantee you this shop's going to take a lot of work to get it back to the way it, to get it back to the way it was when it was new. It just isn't really worth it. Yeah, it's wood, so it's going to hold up a little bit longer. I mean, it's stronger, but it's not going to hold up. Because the wood's going to rot, and I don't think this is pressure treated wood, so it's going to rot pretty quick. So, but yeah, anyways guys, I'm going to take off, so I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.